Hi, this is my video reflection on self-mentoring and the related readings and articles from this section of our module. So self-mentoring, as described by Carr, Pastor, and Levesque in 2015, is basically accepting responsibility for your personal and professional growth, realizing that you are responsible for you, and you really just take hold of the idea that you will find your own professional development, you'll reflect, you'll collect data, and then you'll kind of start the cycle all over again. It is often in lieu of professional development or mentoring that you were hoping to get from your profession. Self-mentoring also focuses on leadership development and sustained leadership practice through acknowledging innate and embedded new behaviors. Carr wrote this in 2014. It's a wonderful thing to say that you're really acknowledging behaviors that exist already within yourself. And you're trying to learn new behaviors as well in order to better yourself as a professional. So Carr described 4 levels of self-mentoring. The first level is self-awareness. She described that at this level you learn about yourself and your environment. You're sort of doing that initial reflection part. You're using internal and external questions, asking, what your goals are and that kind of thing, and what you want out of this process. And you determine what skills you already have to contribute to the organization and what goals you would like to reach and how you think you're going to get there. Level 2 of self-mentoring is self-development, and in this case, you're going to plan the mentoring activities and how you're going to measure growth. You might do qualitative or quantitative data or a mix of both of those methods. Here in this level, teams and networking are vital because you are self-mentoring, but you don't have to work alone. And you can really learn and gain a lot of wonderful things from working with other people. And in this level, also timelines are created to sort of keep yourself honest and keep yourself going at a pace that is reasonable and will produce the best outcomes. Level 3 is self-reflection, which is my favorite level. This is where you're reflecting on the data and the things that were gained from the experience. This is also where Dr. Carr states that getting assistance from a peer is helpful. And I would totally agree on that, because sometimes when we reflect, we have our own preconceived notions or judgments about ourselves, and peers can kind of help us have honest reflection. Level 4 is the final level, and this is self-monitoring. So at this stage, you have already implemented and reflected, and you're going to continue implementing the processes that you find are the most worthy to continue and the most beneficial. And you're going to continue creating a plan to meet your next set of goals. And data collection and reflection are going to continue, and the cycle sort of continues and starts over. Personal reflection for this activity, self-mentoring, I sort of have self-mentored just out of desperation, in a sense. When I was a BT or beginning teacher in North Carolina schools, in 2006 was my first year. I was assigned a mentor, but this mentor in particular was going to retire within like 2 years. So She was very nice, but she did not have a lot to offer other than a signature on my paperwork. And I sort of, just out of my own desperation to be successful and to serve the students, particularly since I had never student taught, I self-mentored, didn't realize that's what I was doing, and now, of course, learning what self-mentoring is, that's what I was doing. And, you know, I sought out my own professional development, and I went to workshops, and I gleaned anything from the internet that I could possibly get, and I asked a million questions, and I learned and failed and continued and collected data and figured out the best method for myself and for my students. And I'm actually really glad that this happened, because now as an instructional coach, I have tons of resources and tons of experiences to share. And, you know, my first year was a total mess, you know, and I can share that with new teachers and have something to relate to them about, and they can see, wow, you know, I'm successful now, you know, this process must work. So it's actually a good thing, and I'm glad that I was able to self-mentor, and hopefully I can pass that on to other teachers as well. And here are my references for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and have a great night.